Happy evening, all of you. I think we should begin from the fundamentals primarily. And as I was introduced, in the last 6 years, I have the opportunity of working with oil and gas, petrochemicals, and now in IT. Not trying to boast, as Chandru rightly pointed out, in Latent analytics, where we look for high-end talent, primarily because of the kind of work that we do and the kind of clients with whom we work, and the kind of client, the people with whom we work in the client's organization. Just to give an example, 3 to 4 years of experience just out of campus, you are talking to somebody in Microsoft who reports into the CMO of global Microsoft, helping him to decide, I have a 30 million budget towards advertisements, marketing. How do I ensure this 30 million is best utilized? And you should know it is people from Chennai, 3 to 4 years of experience who are trying to resolve and give them some good solutions. The reason why I wanted to go back to this is primarily to tell you that whether I represented the core sector or whether I represent some organizations like the one where I am right now, the students per se are highly talented. I very strongly believe in that. One, you have issues around communication. Yeah, you do have. People, do they clear the aptitude test? Yeah, as Sabita was saying, we do face a similar challenge. But then I would not want to go just only with these two filters and say people aren't talented. I believe that may not be the right aspect. But at the same time, what I find is from all of these students, they are highly focused about their careers. We tend to believe that they are very selfish, but the way I see when I talk to them is, give me clarity. What is that I am going to do next 2 years from now, 3 years from now? So a lot of this boils down to how we mold the students during their time that they spend with you. A classic example, there are a lot of my relatives who come to me and say, hey, my son is completed, not got selected through campus, can you help him get a job? The question that I always have to myself, I don't necessarily ask them is, you are able to come to me after 4 years when you want them to get a job. In this last 4 years, have you ever come to me to see, is he somebody who can get a job? The quality of the person, right? So the important piece is the desire is there in all of them, the students, but the deserve piece, do they deserve that? So that takes a very important piece from my perspective when we look at these campus hires. And as an organization, I'm going to focus more on the challenges that we face. And we have to realize that no matter which industry you are, you cannot come day one and become productive for the organization. Invariably 6 months to 8 months, 9 months, depending on your learning curve is when you become productive. And that is one big challenge for us as organizations. And more so when we are looking at organizations like us, because we are not looking at people who just know coding. Do you know Java? Do you know .NET? Do you know, for example, something in data warehousing? We look for multiple skills in an engineering graduate because that's the nature of our job. And that we can provide only in-house. No matter how you try outside, it has only limited success. So that becomes an important challenge for us. And number 2, this is where we find yet another challenge, which is some of these people, we find that they are looking this as a stopgap arrangement. Probably that has to do with the kind of people we hire. When we go for top-notch talent, eventually they are all looking to get into higher studies. So if you look at my attrition, 50% of my total attrition is primarily because we lose people for higher studies, and most of that in abroad. So this is one more challenge that we find. And apart from that, as people did point out, there's that immediate gratification. I want things to happen pretty immediately, and compensation plays a very high role in the beginning stages. So these are some of those challenges that we face when people gain some experience and there is some kind of a weight in their resume. They are no more that raw talent who joined your organization a year and a half back or so. They believe that they can get paid higher, and they make, in my view, short-term success by jumping organizations. So these are some of those challenges that I think we face from the campus perspective when we hire people from the campus perspective.
Thanks, Chandru.